What's up, comic fans? It's time for that new comic book day haul plus review. So we got 50 centers. We got books from the last 2 weeks, the prior 2 weeks. We got books from this week. And like I said, we got some 50 centers. And we're going to do it all right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. All right, let's do it. Let's get into those 50-cent books. We're gonna go with DC 50 centers this week, all right? So we got Hawkman, number 1, all right? This is the foily guy. We'll put this in a bag and board, but pretty good shape. And this is from 1993, from the 90s. That explains all the foil. We've got the Red Tornado, number 1. This is from 1985, all right? I believe this is the first Red Tornado solo series. All right. We've got The Beginning of Tomorrow, Superman, the Man of Steel, 0. Issue number 0, all right? This is another 90s book. This is 1994. This is Louis Simonson, this bad boy. And then last but not least, we've got Superman Red, Superman Blue. This is the 3D edition. When I found it, the poly bag was open, but it did include the 3D glasses. All right, so you can check that out. It's in 3D, I'll tell you that much. All right, so that's cool. And the whole book's in here too, intact, still poly bagged. You know what? We're just gonna throw it back in there. There's actually 2 books in here. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just noticed that. I don't know if this is how it came originally polybagged was with 2 books, but it looks like it did. Yeah, okay. It did. So here you got the polybagged book with the 3D cover, and then you got the 3-dimension adventures of Superman with 3D scenes, and you got 3D glasses. Sweet. We're gonna put this in a bag and board, so we're not even gonna bother to put it back in the poly bag. All right, let's go. Those were the 50 centers. Let's get into the books from 3 weeks ago. And even 2 weeks ago. All right, here we go. No particular order. We got Avengers Twilight number 1. I picked that up. This is the Francis Lanier U cover. So, gotta get me an Alex Ross though. Gotta get you the Alex Ross. And that was on the top 10 list. So, cover price is top 10 list 2 weeks ago, I think. All right, we have the, what is this, the Resurrection of Magneto or something like that. But this is the Jonathan Tyler Christopher cover. And JTC cover. The Resurrection of Magneto. Did I say that? Yeah. So we got that. Interesting book. Very Storm-centric, not Magneto-centric. We barely see Magneto in this book. And then it was like, they didn't actually resurrect Magneto. He's still dead at the end of the issue. Spoiler alert. But yeah. We got Star Wars, Thrawn Alliance. This is an adaptation. Try saying that 5 times fast. Adaptation. All right, I guess I did. But this was an adaptation of the novel, right? So, pretty good. You know, Thrawn's a cool character. I think he'll do well. We got Detective Comics. This is issue number 1081. Really cool cover. All right. Batman's still kind of fighting for his life. So, it's an interesting one. Spawn, number 349, as you can see here. Actually, you can't really see it, but he's sitting on a throne. So Spawn is trying to keep heaven and hell, parts of hell, from, taking over hell. So Spawn's like, the only way to do that is for me to be king of hell myself. All right, lots of stuff happening in Spawn. Like Wanda's back, his dead wife. Coglistro now is Kane or something like that. A whole lot of stuff happening. All right. Clown is now two different, Clown used to turn into the Devastator? No, whatever. The monster he turns into is now a separate entity than Clown himself. A lot of stuff happening in Spawn, and unfortunately my brain right now is filled with all these other books, so not focusing. But sorry guys, but we got Gods number 4 by Jonathan Hickman. Speaking of not being able to focus, if you're reading a Jonathan Hickman book, you better be well rested and ready to focus on what's happening. With that said, good story. It's good story. It's getting a little weird, so don't jump in on issue number 4. Read issues number 1 through 3, and then you may understand 4. No guarantee. We got the Holy Roller number 3, the Andy Samberg vehicle with Rick Remender writing it. I think we're finally getting to the part where the main character in here is going to become the Holy Roller. Like all 3 issues have had this costume on it, and it's really only this issue where we really see this coming to fruition. Basically, the guy comes back to town and realizes that the town he was in has kind of been taken over by neo-Nazis, and he's got some kind of superpower with bowling balls. So it's actually a really good read. I don't know if I sold that. The Immortal Thor, number 6, the first journey into Mysteria, kind of like a going forward, going back in time to kind of retell the story, and like, did it really happen like that? Did it not? Check out Thor. It's fun. It's a fun gimmick, I guess, with writing. Spider-Boy number 3. This is also a fun issue. I want to say about this one. I mean, Taskmaster's in there. He's funny. Killionaire is in there. Spider-Boy kind of ruins his plans to have a mega death suit. It's a fun book. Local Man, issue number 9. Local Man's also really good. Tim Seeley and Tony Fleeks doing a really excellent job on this, telling this whole story. And it looks like Crossjack, who's the main character in this one, he's gonna have to confront his past and figure out why things are the way they are. We got World Tree, issue number 7. James Tynion the 4th keeps doing a bang-up job with this. It's a really interesting story of how the dark web can, or parts of the internet can influence, I don't know, in some weird way, but in a way that doesn't seem logical. I don't know. We got Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, number 40. Dr. Aphra's kind of confronted everything that's happened up to this point, and it's a little bit of a love story in here, all right? And it looks like now she is being hunted. There's a bounty hunter after Dr. Aphra, so we'll see what's in store for Dr. Aphra. It looks like a lot of stuff's going to go down. Flap is only open because if you've been watching for a while, you know if the flap's up usually means I didn't read the book. This one is up only because I didn't scan this into my CLZ app yet. But this is The Incredible Hulk number 8. Pretty cool cover. He's working with this Ghost Rider, this World War II Ghost Rider, whose basic job is to protect this kid who can't let anything happen to the kid. If something happens to the kid, then the future of the world is doomed. I mean, I feel like a lot of stories have that, right? But what's cool is, you got this Ghost Rider and you got the Hulk working together. The Hulk kind of gets demonically possessed, but the Hulk, is a pretty strong dude. So in his mind, he just, fights off the demon, and then they defeat the demon together, him and this Ghost Rider. Holy Roller number 3 again. My local comic shop put 2 in my box, so I'm gonna bring one back and get a refund, or actually just store credit and get a different issue of something I don't have. Ghost Machine number 1. Flaps up on this. Haven't had a chance to read it yet, but should be a good read. A lot of people are enjoying Jeff Johns' Ghost Machine and all the characters coming out of it, out of this imprint. So we'll see. I have to read it. But there are some characters that have already existed. I mean, a lot of the stories in there have characters that have already been in books. So should be a good ride. We have Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer. Why did I say Demon Slayer? Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer. Gotta get more sleep. Number 5. This is out of Massive Comics and Kingwood Comics. It's a fun story, right? You got Harriet Tubman. She did the Underground Railroad. She's fighting vampires, werewolves, anything kind of the occult or black magic or dark witches. In this one, she's trying to get these slaves she's rescued to like a safe house. But the safe house, unfortunately, was attacked by werewolves because there's now a bounty on Harriet Tubman. And basically, they've offered any of these creatures of the night, forget what it was, some insane amount of money to take out Harriet Tubman. Demon Slayer. All right, Dead X-Men number 1. All right, we have a dead X-Men team sent back in time to find Moira Taggart and kind of change the trajectory of the X-Men and mutant kind. Was an interesting read. I'm on the fence about it. I'll probably pick up issue 2 and we'll see where it goes from there. Here's one I'm not on the fence with. Duke number 2. Really good issue. Duke's on the lam. They believe he's a killer, but he's been framed. And I'm also assuming some people in the world don't want everybody to know there's robots that transform into vehicles, or vehicles that transform into robots. So, Duke number 2, really good book. I'd read the Jobbers. It's really good. All right, haven't read this one yet. Daredevil number 4. I'm gonna read it. It's JR. I haven't quite committed myself to Daredevil, but it's been fun. It's been a good read, so I think I might just put it on the pull list. But that's why I'm like a week behind in books, or an issue behind on Daredevil. It's just because I haven't committed. And last but not least of the old guys is book 2 of Avengers Twilight. I've heard nothing but good things, so I decided to pick it up. All right, comic fans, that was my comic haul. Thank you for staying with me. That was really long. I don't know if we're gonna break it up into 2 parts, but if you can do me a favor, if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, go in and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Peace. All right, let's get into the comics. So, rewind. I picked up some ratio variants, and we're gonna get it. What's up, comic fans, and it's time for that new comic book talk. What's up, comic fam? Ooh.